Against Jesus Pole. They're going for the IBC Featherweight Junior Championship at the 126-pound limit. We saw Parker a while ago when he defeated Rojas. Here's a look back at that night.
And here Parker hits him with a great left hook. Now you've got Pee Wee Parker, who's a boxer puncher, and here you have Jesus Pole against Joe Orewa. And Pole is a complete opposite. He's more the boxer, not the puncher, but he's awfully quick. And he'll hit you with a barrage of punches.
Both of these two guys are a pair of world-ranked, world-class contenders, but this is a very important night for both of them. They're coming off losses, each one, and they must have a victory if indeed they have any title aspirations in their immediate future. There's Edward Pee Wee Parker. You saw Jesus Pole a moment ago. Jimmy Lennon Jr. is standing by in the center of the ring, and let's go to the famed ring announcer.
Now I know what this is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. Forum Boxing would like to pause now and recognize that the world of sports has lost a great friend as Ben Green recently passed away. Ben Green was born in 1905 and was known around the world as one of the most colorful, long-time, popular sports writers. At this moment, I'd like to ask you to rise for a moment of silence as our timekeeper, Aaron Coslow, tolls 10 in honor of Ben Green. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May God rest his soul. Please remain standing as we have our national anthem. Join me in welcoming into the ring our vocalist, Norris Nyack.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for
Forum Boxing Incorporated and Budweiser presents the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBC 126-pound Junior Championship. This bout is sanctioned by the International Boxing Council, the President Marty Cohen, Supervisor at ringside Fred Lampson. Along with the California State Athletic Commission, the Chairman is Commissioner Jerry Nathanson and the Assistant Executive Officer Dale Ashley. Presenting to you the officials as appointed, judges at ringside, we have Dick Young, Robert Bird, Lou Filippo, and the referee in charge of this main event, Chuck Hassett. All right, fans, here we go. The IBC Featherweight Junior Championship, 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. Wearing black trunks with gold trim, he is fighting out of Frank Espinosa's gym in Los Angeles by way of Caracas, Venezuela. His weight tonight is 126 pounds. With a record of 21 wins, he has 3 losses, 3 draws, and 4 wins by way of knockout. He's ranked the number 2 contender by the IBC. Please welcome Jesus Pole. Across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the red corner in this 12-round championship bout, he is wearing white trunks with blue trim. Hailing from Houston, Texas, his weight tonight is already 125 1/4 pounds. His record is 20 wins, 4 defeats, 2 draws, with 8 wins by way of knockout. He's the number 1 ranked contender in the NABF, number 1 contender in the IBC. Please welcome Edward Pee Wee Parker. Referee in charge now to give instructions, Chuck Hassett.
Second only. All right, gentlemen, mouthpiece, you've had your instructions. Any questions? Okay, buena suerte, good luck.
Chuck Hassett is the referee. You're looking at Edward Pee Wee Parker. You're going to have a real treat when we go to his corner throughout this fight. Jesse Reed is there, and Jesse's one of the all-time great boxing men. Tail of the tape, Parker at 5'6", so is Paul. There's only 3/4 of a pound difference a year. Paul 25, Parker 24. Paul's got a longer reach by 4 inches, 72 to 68. Parker's got a tendency to start quickly. Paul is a very good boxer, got a pretty good chin, but both guys are coming off losses. And I think this fight, Ruben, to handicap it early, would go to the guy who wants it the most.
You're absolutely right. And when both fighters come off a loss, it's kind of tough to get back into the groove of things. But if they both want, or either one want a shot at the title, they got to get used to doing something real quick.
Parker got nailed with an overhand right thrown by Paul. He kind of, when he slips a punch, drops his head to his right shoulder and keeps that left hand down, and that's an inviting target. Paul nailed him with the right hand very early on. He's scheduled for 12 rounds. The IBC Junior Championship at stake at 126 pounds.
Workout.
Those boots are nice and fancy, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They sparkle. They're gold and blue and red. Chuck Hassett, a very good official, is the third man in the ring, and this one is scheduled for 12.
I'm surprised that Jesus Paul has not entered the ring with perspiration. I mean, you've got to get warm. You have to be at least perspiring just to be ready to fight. This guy's dry as a bone.
Or as they say in boxing parlance, you got to break a sweat in the dressing room. You can't come out there bone dry. You're absolutely right. Paul is in the black trunks, trimmed in yellow. Bangs a solid left hand at Pee Wee Parker's midsection. Parker's in white and blue.
Pee Wee's got to press the fight with to win a fight like this against a fighter like Jesus Paul. He's got to show a lot of aggressiveness, throw the jab, work inside.
To see him get hit with that right hand, he drops his head to his right shoulder, Ruben.
Right.
His left hand is down, and he's wide open for that overhand right. Paul's hit him with it twice.
Well, you know, it depends upon rolling with the punches, and that could be bad for you because they look a lot more effective than what they really are, Tom, when you roll with a shot like that.
Round one, moving to a conclusion. We're scheduled for 12, and we'll be back after we pause for this message. At ringside, Pat Riley, former coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's listening to Ronnie Cox, noted actor. Pat, of course, the coach of the 80s, no longer the basketball coach for the Lakers, having been replaced by Mr. Dunleavy, former assistant with the Milwaukee Bucks. Pat going on, one assumes, to a analyst chair with one of the networks. This is round two. Parker in the white, Jesus Paul in the black. Scheduled for 12. The IBC, International Boxing Council, Junior World Championship, the 126-pound limit. But I tell you, Paul has broken a sweat now. Ruben Castillo, his back is showing the perspiration and the signs of wear and tear, so it only took him one round to
Yes, sir.
get organized.
Could it be he's a little nervous from the shots that Pee Wee Parker's throwing?
Shot right
Did you
at the
hear?
belt.
I heard it. I heard it all the way here. They took a pen. They took
Right
a
away.
pen away.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, you could hear that thing all the way over here.
Wow, pretty good exchange of left hands. Parker got the best of it. That shot may wake Parker up a little bit.
Well, I thought Parker's the one that landed the big expression.
No, I mean the shot he took below the belt.
Yes. Now that hurts. Huh, Tom?
Well, yeah, it does.
Don't act like you ain't never been hurt. Hit there.
Oh, I've been hurt a lot. I got more tire marks on me than Route 5.
You mean bad? 9 miles of bad road?
You got that right. One of these guys is considered a really big hitter. Out of 20 victories, Parker's got 8 knockouts. Out of 21 victories, while Pole has knocked out 4 opponents. So it could be a battle of attrition as much as anything else. Parker hit him with the left and then staggered right into him as he lost his balance.
I think you're going to see a cat and mouse game by Pee Wee Parker. He's a good boxer. He's got more punch than Jesus Pole. Now, Pole has been, his chin has been suspect, but he's doing some counter punching himself.
Well, he's some lead right hands. One of them nailed Parker pretty good. Another caused him to do a little two-step out there to get out of the way. We're in round 2. Remember that if you're scoring it, Pole has lost a point on the judges' cards for a low blow. Scheduled for 12 in round number 2, coming to a close. Neither man appears to have been hurt so far. And we'll be back to see about round number 3 after we pause for this message. Round number 3 coming up. It's scheduled for 12. Edward Pee Wee Parker in the white trunks. Jesus Pole in the black. These two guys are going after the IBC Junior World title at 126 pounds. Parker fighting out of Houston. Jesus Pole now fighting out of Los Angeles. Several question marks about both of these fighters, of course, who, for want of a better term, are at a crossroads in their career here tonight, I would think. They both are world-known, highly ranked contenders. They've had their problems. Parker quite suddenly surfaced with a drug problem. Quite recently was a shock, admittedly, to everybody who knows him. And of course, once that surfaces, why the question is always there, is the drug problem behind him? We hope for his sake that it certainly is. Pretty good left hand by Parker.
You know, Pee Wee's always been known to have a real tremendous jab, a real lightning quick jab. He hasn't exposed it yet. He hasn't been very busy with that jab. There's another low blow. I heard it.
Jesus Pole, on the other hand, has pretty good boxing skills. Not a great puncher. Got a good chin, but he's been in some wars lately. And
you know, and every time you are in a war, Tom, and you know this, that it takes some fight out of you. And you could take a lesser shot than you did when you went down in the war before, and you could go down again. Your legs aren't the same.
Nope, nothing is quite the same. I think Parker stumbled away from that encounter as much as a punch that took him away. Kind of an awkward-looking fight, Ruben. These two guys seem to be, their styles don't quite match each other.
No, they don't complement each other at all. Both fighters are boxers. It's not like that when you have 2 punchers, it's going to bring a tremendous fight. When you have 2 boxers, you try to, it's like a chess match. You try to outthink each other, and that could be a kind of a tough way to fight. And of course, the fans don't really appreciate a fight.
No. In fact, we'll probably hear from them as the evening goes along. Coming to the end of round number 3. And there's the bell. Remind you that Forum Boxing is brought to you by Budweiser, and there's a lot more to come. So open a cold Bud and get ready with that clean, crisp taste that only comes from Beechwood AJ. Hey, this Bud is for you. And a reminder Contender Budweiser Championship Boxing's Fight Night at the Forum will return to the Prime Network lineup on Monday, July the 9th. The main event will feature the finals of the $225,000 Budweiser Super Welterweight Tournament. Unbeaten Mario Gaston, he's 23-0 with 13 knockouts, takes on Quincy Taylor, 13-1 with 10 KOs. Make your plans to join us at Budweiser's Championship Boxing's Fight Night at the Forum, Monday, July 9th, right here on Prime Network. Edward Pee Wee Parker, Jesse Reed is the man. Just put the mouthpiece in. Very colorful, very good boxing man. I think Reed is one of the great cornermen. No nonsense type of guy. We go to the fourth round. Neither man has been hurt. Neither showing any effects of the first 3 rounds. Out, they're accomplished boxers, these two, and those styles don't always complement each other. Not big hitters now, mind you. In recent fights, Paul has become known as kind of a safety-first type of guy. Not one, although Parker's gotten a bit more aggressive, but Paul seems to be a better fighter when he shows a more aggressive attitude. Boy, stepped in there and threw a sharp left hook that nailed Parker.
Jesus Paul is looking a little stronger to me than he has in the past. Looks like he's throwing those punches with a lot of authority. He's got a strong upper body.
Got popped with a left hook.
Takes a good shot.
Yeah, got hit again. Parker's got his hands down a little bit. His uppercut. But Paul was looking as though he was having a pretty good round. Parker's hit him with about 4 unanswered shots now.
Don't you just hate that when everything's going well for you and then the bottom falls out on you?
I hate it when that happens.
That irritates me.
That left hand looked perhaps better than it was. It kind of a slap. More of a chopping punch than a sharp hook.
Well, that's because we're sitting down here and we didn't feel it.
Which is the best of all possible places.
That's exactly right.
This is round 4, scheduled for 12. Parker's in white. Jesus Paul in the black trunks. Doesn't lack for action. These two guys are banging away at each other. How effective or not remains to be seen. Right hand lead by Paul sent Parker staggering back. Come to close terms and bang away at each other. We'll be back right after this message. Welcome back to the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, round 5, as Parker and Jesus Paul come out. Ruben Castillo's scorecard. Parker leading by 3, 39-36. That includes a point you took away, or at least referee Chuck Hassett did from Jesus Paul as well.
That's right. I don't want the blame for that one because I didn't take it away from him. No. How do you get it, Tom?
Let me check. I had the first round even. I gave rounds 2 and 3 to Parker. And I gave the last round, round 4, to Jesus Paul.
Were you watching the whole 4th round?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask you that. Did you see all the barrage of punches that was...
That's right.
Oh, you saw those too?
I
okay.
sure did.
And you still gave that round? Okay.
I did indeed.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Kelly's had problems in the past.
I don't have to remind our viewers any more than to remember the last bout we did here. Moving about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm sure you remember.
Okay, and then?
Well, my scorecard was correct.
Oh, that's right.
Well, we don't want
That's
to
funny you say that.
We don't want to talk about it.
Oh, great body shots inside by both fighters.
Right hand. Parker's been open for that shot all night. Poles hit him about 4 times with it. Parker's quick enough to tie him up, won't let him follow up on it. But got the left hand way down around his belt.
Let's see, Pee Wee comes back with them good shots. He's comes back with some counter punches.
Well, I don't think either one of these guys could knock the other one out, Ruben, unless he caught him with his Sunday best.
Well, I think you're right there, because I don't think neither one of the two have a bunch of dynamite in each glove. But you know, another thing here, both fighters have been known to diminish as the rounds go on. So
nice combinations by Parker there. There we go.
their conditioning has been a factor in their past appearances.
This is round 5, coming to a close. It's scheduled for 12. IBC Junior World Title at 126 pounds to the winner here tonight. And we'll follow Edward Pee Wee Parker back over to his corner, and we'll listen in as Jesse Reed jumps through the middle strand and starts talking to his man.
You're just floating around. You're not really snapping that body. You're not shuffling those feet. Come on now, you want this belt or not? You start getting down and digging. No, you're not winning. You're not going to win that way, son. You are not going to win that way. You've got to get out and start reaching. I mean, shorten them up and start digging with them shots. Quit horse playing around. You're in shape. You don't need to sit there and play pity-pat. You hear me? Now, I want some action out there this round. I want you to start manhandling this guy. Banging him on the arms, banging him on the body, and you get rough with him. I don't want no more horsing around.
They're going to steal it from us if you let him loose like that.
This is ridiculous. This guy don't belong in the ring for you. Every time you hit him, he wants to fall down. Start working now. Quit horsing around. Now show me something this round.
Well, I told you about Jesse Reed, didn't I? Don't say you weren't told about him. This guy's a no-nonsense type guy. I happen to think he's an outstanding
I think he's
corner
tremendous.
man. I do too. I've never seen him in a fight or worked a fight that he had a man in there that he didn't just speak his mind and tell the guy.
You know, Tom, what I appreciate, Pee Wee Parker told him, I'm winning the fight. No, you're not. You're not winning this fight. You can never let your fighter think that they're winning, because they're going to go out just like he thought he did. Got lazy. You know, you can't do that. I think he's a great
I
corner.
think he is winning.
I do too, but you can't let him believe that, right?
Oh, no. And he better get out there and go to work, or he won't be winning. But this is a very tough fight. These two guys are a couple of awkward fighters for each other. It's not easy for one to get an edge on the other. And there's a lot of hanging on and holding and rustling around between the two.
Okay, hold it there. Hold it there.
Chuck Hassett's had a busy time of it.
Yes, sir.
Unlike the Rulas bout with Gomez, huh?
What
I mean,
about that one?
Filippo didn't have to step between those two guys except a couple of times, and I mean, that was just a picture-perfect type of fight for the fans.
You know, when Jesse also told him, you're in good shape, get out there and go throw punches. I mean, a guy, sometimes fighters fight as hard as they have to. And if they think they're ahead, they're going to get lazy. That's exactly what Jesse did not want.
This is round 6. Pee Wee Parker's in the white, trimmed in blue. Jesus Sol in the black trunks. Excuse me, Jesus Pole. Oh, he has a lot of soul.
A lot of soul. There you go. He may have glitter on that soul. Got it on his shoe. On his shoe. Might as well have it on his soul.
Either man's been down. Well, as you look at this 6th round, has Parker gotten a bit more aggressive like Reed wanted him to? What do you think?
I think he has. I think he's taken the fight to Jesus Sol, also known as Pole.
You got it. A.K.A.
Paul Fitzgerald. His watching this fight tonight. He's down with a bad back stats. His back is thrown out, so he's going to watch it on Prime Network instead of being here live. Hope you get better there, Paul.
Round number 6. Less than half a minute. We'll be back with round number 7. First, we'll pause for this message. Round number 7, Pee Wee Parker, Jesus Pole, for the IBC International Boxing Council Junior World title at 126 pounds. And a very important bout for these two men, both of whom have title aspirations along the lines of the NABF, the WBC, WBA. Both are highly regarded. Both are coming off losses. Parker's past clouded a bit by a drug problem. Perhaps his future as well. I don't know about round 6, Ruben, but Parker seems to be more aggressive here as he comes out for round 7. Going after Pole. Not always effective punches he's throwing.
Jesse Reed has scolded him once again to get out there and start doing your job, or you're not going to win this fight.
Parker's the young man in the white trunks. Jesus Pole in black.
Now the fans are showing their displeasure in the fight. It was just a matter of time, Tom.
Well, they were kind of spoiled in more ways than one by Rafael Ruelas and Abe Gomez. What a fight that was.
Oh, great fight. After taking all the shots that Gomez took in the first 2 rounds, I didn't think there was anything that could knock him out after that. But that goes to show you that the first 2 rounds are the most dangerous rounds in the fight.
These two guys are not knockout type guys. They're good punchers, but they're better boxers. Neither man has really been able to get a clear shot at the other. And one punch is not going to put the other guy down.
And you know, it's sad, but it's true that you get a puncher against either one of these two fighters, it would be a much better fight. But when you have 2 boxers, it possesses a less exciting fight.
Right hand lead by Pole, scores again. Voicing its unhappiness. Round 7. 10 seconds away. Nice flurry by Parker. Oh. Brings round 7 to a close as you follow Jesus Pole back to his corner. We want you to follow Pro Beach Volleyball all summer long on Prime Network. We'll take you coast to coast with the Miller Lite Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. Stakes are high, over $2.3 million in prize money to be awarded. Pro Beach Volleyball all summer long on Prime Network. Check your local listings for dates and times in your area.
Está mucho más cansado.
Oh, he said he's tired.
Cada vez que haga un error, golpearlo y salte con él jab.
He says throw your punch.
Pero
hágalo. Throw one punch. One punch and get out. One punch and get out.
No te quedes en las cuerdas.
Don't stay on the ropes.
Está robando los rounds.
He said that guy's stealing the rounds. I kind of believe him. He said he was tired.
Well, he's scheduled to go 12. This is round number 8.
When the fighter believes he's tired, he's going to be tired.
Well, that's true. I mean, you aren't going to convince him otherwise. And if he should get nailed with a punch, he's going to think he's even more tired.
And hurt, and then visit the canvas, and then...
Yeah, he'd be looking for an excuse not to get out there for round 9.
That's right.
Yeah. Or even
Didn't I see a fight just almost similar to what we were talking about yesterday? Well, what was that the day before yesterday? Tillman? Oh, there you go. That's it.
But you know, God love him, Henry hadn't been in the ring in 2 years. What kind of a... You couldn't ask for a better comeback, could you? Even if you're Mike Tyson or Ruben Castillo, could you? For a guy who hasn't been in the ring for 2 years?
Well, if he was fighting Ruben, he wouldn't be making $350,000 or $450,000.
Tillman's a very nice man.
He's a very nice guy.
He was a fine. He's a fine heavyweight, but I mean that's.
I'll tell you who impressed me was George Foreman.
Well, I've got to tell you, I have always been a George Foreman fan. I really like the man. I think he's got more charisma in a throwaway line than most of the people in this game outside of Muhammad Ali ever had. And Foreman, I think, is having the time of his life, Ruben.
You know, I thought, well, because of his age, I thought, well, you know, he could get hurt, but he impressed me, and he's got his faculties. He speaks very well.
Oh, yes.
He's
you got to
witty.
remember, you know, when he quit, that was 10 years ago, and he didn't do a thing, and he's unused for 10 years, even though the man is 42 or 43.
But he says he's 40 or 41. He's been 41 since I was 23, but Tommy looks real good. He looks real good. He looks sharp.
Good right hand by Jesus, but Parker shrugged it off and landed a couple of solid shots of his own. Parker's looking a lot better in this fight.
I think so.
And I think
maybe Jesus Paul told him he was tired.
Could be. And I'm sure that Jesse Reed admonished him a little bit in his corner to kind of crank him up an extra notch. At any rate, we're in round 8. Half a minute remaining. Round 8 coming to a close. Parker is Cole, and the round about coming to a close. We'll be back after this. Your way on Prime Network. We go out to round number 9. Edward Pee Wee Parker, he's in the white. Jesus Cole in the black. Neither man's been down. A couple of pretty good boxers, both highly regarded, both very much hopeful of a title shot. Both men needing a victory here over the other tonight. Scoring, Ruben.
Oh, I've got this almost a landslide now, 78-73 in favor of Pee Wee Parker.
And Parker on top by 5. Parker's in the white. Chuck Hassett steps between the two men. Had quite a celebrity row here tonight.
Oh, yes.
Saw Magic Johnson, Gene Hackman. Boom Boom Mancini.
And his father.
That's right. Pat Riley.
Mr. Mancini, great gentleman. They're down from Youngstown to visit Raymond and Carmen and Carmelita. You know, he was telling me, Mr. Mancini was telling me that he used to box 2 rounds, but they were so tough that that's all he needed to get in shape. And that's all.
You mean gym work, 2 rounds?
Yeah, 2 rounds in the boxing gym. He never hit the speed bag. He was like me, could not stand to run. I hated to run. I'd get up and I'd pray for rain. Middle of July, I'd pray for rain.
Right hand lead by Jesus. Landed. Parker doesn't seem to show any of the worse for wear because of it. He's been hit by 2 or 3 solid right hands. I'll remind you again, neither man is noted as a knockout type fighter. Between them, they've got only 12 knockouts in a total of 41 victories. Good boxers, though. And because of it, the fight has had a lot of that throughout the 8 rounds.
Hands are free. Work out, work out, work out.
Parker really carries that left hand low, doesn't he?
He sure does. That's always been his style of fighting, though, Tom. And he depends a lot on rolling with his punches, just as he did there.
Got away from that right hand that Paul has hit him with several times throughout the fight tonight, but he slipped past that one. Round 9 in the books. Round 10 coming up. We'll be back. Round 10 scheduled for 12. Parker and Jesus Paul. This is the WIBC, the International Boxing Council junior world title at 126 pounds. Neither man's been down. Neither man marked. Neither man hurt. Parker's in white, Paul in the black trunks. The 7th round, Paul told the people in his corner he was tired. Here we are in round 10. They probably convinced him that going 12 rounds might be advantageous to his future career if he could win. Scoring with that right hand against Parker. Bangs a couple of shots to the body. Oh, jumped off his feet to throw that left hand.
Landed, too.
Yes, it did. Paul has the longer reach by about 4 inches. Appears to be taller, but Parker fights in somewhat crouched fashion. Both listed as 5'6". Jesus Paul looks to be a bit taller. It's a better round for the fans. They're moving in and out, throwing punches. They're doing as much wrestling.
Well, the only problem is, though, Tom, is neither one right now has a lot of power in each hand, and they didn't have much coming into the fight, so therefore the fans will get bored again, as you can hear them now. They forget. That's a terrible problem right now.
Good right hand thrown by Paul. Parker with a couple of hooks of his own. Right hand lead by Paul, and Parker made him pay for it as they closed in. Parker gets off first. Paul much more aggressive in this round, coming after Parker. This is round 10, scheduled for 12. There's the bell. Let's follow Jesus Paul over to his corner. Albert Davila. Tweety. What a great champion, what a great fighter.
Sí, ya, si está tirando un golpe parando, ¿qué traes, hombre? Tira
Why are you only throwing one pitch? Punch at a time. Throw combinations.
Está pegando uno muy bonito y no paras.
He says you hit him really pretty and then you stop. He goes, repeat your punches 3, 4, 5 times.
Round 11.
Vamos, pone presión, pone presión.
You can put pressure on him.
Ya.
Throw combinations.
¿Qué traes? Entonces, ¿qué traes, hombre? Cuando cabeceas, tira golpes, tira golpes.
He said when you block, when you throw punches,
te está robando los rounds, por ese motivo.
he's stealing the round from you. Jab, jab, right hand.
No te motivo estar adentro, afuera boxearlo,
Stay outside and box him.
Here comes round 11. You know, that's the first time I've heard Albert Davila talk Spanish.
I was just going to say, I never had a clue that he was bilingual. He speaks good Spanish.
Are you kidding? He speaks great Spanish. What are you doing?
Especially if he's hot. And he sounds like hot to me.
Yeah, but as I was transfixed.
I didn't know he spoke that
In all
well.
the years I've known him, I've never heard him speak Spanish.
And it kind of, you know, you don't think he can speak that much Spanish when you're called Tweety. Albert's a great guy. Hey, good friend of mine.
He's tremendous.
Heck of a champion. He had that most picture-perfect boxing style, didn't he?
Right. After his man, Jesus Paul, to throw some combinations. Paul had a point taken away from him earlier. I don't know what the scoring in this fight could be. A little bit closer than Ruben and I think it is. You can only wait and see what the judges decide. Robert Byrd, Dick Young, Lou Filippo. They'll decide it, of course. Referee has no vote. Ruben has no vote. I have no vote.
But if we did,
well, the crowd doesn't like the fight. Let's face it.
it's just the styles that are different, and there's nothing you can do about stuff like this.
Oh no, and there's no. Don't denigrate the fighters. They've certainly tried their level best. They're a couple of boxers, and this fight is very important to each of these men.
Fighters like this, their styles will make Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali look bad, so it's no surprise. But the fight we had before this, Redlas and Gomez, oh, what a war.
Doesn't mean these two haven't been trying, despite what their corners have been telling them. Their corners have a vested interest, of course, that they want to get the most out of their men, and that's only understandable. Banging away at each other. Neither man has been down. Round 11 coming to a close. Barring something unforeseen, well, it appears this one's going to run the course of a 12-round title bout. Nice right hand by Parker. He quickly ties up Cole as they come to the center of the ring. And there's the bell. Round 11 in the books. 12th and final round coming up. Boxing fans, the Ringsiders Club offers you select seating, complimentary parking, and exclusive Forum Club membership. Join the Ringsiders Club. See the action up close and become a part of the fastest growing boxing program in California. You can call now. Operators are standing by. Area code 213-673-1773. 673-1773.
You see,
Go back to
you went
Mr.
out there, was
Parker.
content, you're living the fat life, and you think it's real sweet. You're not hungry anymore, son. To be hungry takes a proud individual. And let's see if you're proud. Let me see this round if you still have the pride in your heart, in your mind. You're not tired. It's all up here. You see, it's all up here. You know you
You know, I feel bad, and I'm not fighting.
Well, you should have been fighting better then. Jesse Reed wouldn't talk to you like that if you'd been fighting better.
Man.
Round 12, this is it. Jesse Reed, of course, one of boxing's more interesting people. Outstanding corner man. You notice his language was impeccable. Son, you're just not hungry anymore. You've been living the fat, easy life.
When he heard about the substance problem that Pee Wee Parker had, we understood that Jesse just broke down and started crying. What a great trainer. I mean, the guy has all the love and respect for his fighter, and he hated to see his fighter having a problem like that.
Well, I tell you, down through the years, the very successful fighters have been guys that were well managed, and the relationship was more than just fighter and trainer or fighter and manager. It almost almost had the relationship of a close-knit family member.
Right.
And more often than not, those relationships resulted in championships or certainly very successful careers. Jackie McCoy had great relationships with his fighters. Ended up having some 5 champions.
Carlos Palomino, Mondo Ramos.
Well, your old pal Carlos, certainly. Haven't seen him around for a while. He's busy acting, I guess, huh?
Yes, he did. In fact, him and Ray Mancini just completed a film called, I think, Nameless or something like that nature.
They're going to let it escape, or is it going to be distributed? But
yes, and you know what's really nice is that both these guys are good friends of mine, and I really appreciate the fact that they asked me to be on their show. Of course, being as busy as I am and all the motion pictures and films and commercials I've been doing, I couldn't do it. So therefore, put their dogs down. Sorry, I lost my head.
well, didn't you slip over to Hawaii and do a number with them over there, though, a while back?
15 years ago, Tom.
Well, this is round 12. A whole lot of holding going on. Short right uppercut thrown by Parker, landed. The efforts of these two men tonight, but I tell you, it takes a considerable amount of boxing skill just to avoid getting hit. These two guys have done that with some success tonight. Oh, very nice right hand thrown by Jesus. They're battling it right down to the wire, and there's the bell. That's round 12, and this one is over. We'll be back to find out who is the winner of the International Boxing Council Junior World Championship at 126 pounds. First, we'll pause for this message. Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California, scene of Prime Network's coverage of Budweiser's Night of Championship Boxing. Well, who's going to wear the IBC crown? Will it be Parker or is it Jesus Pole? Jimmy Lennon Jr. knows. Let's find out from the ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing for the new IBC Featherweight Junior Championship bout, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges agree. All 3 score the bout 115 to 112 in favor of the new IBC Featherweight Junior Champion, Edward Pee Wee Parker.
Well, you've got to remember that Jesus Pole had a point taken away for a low blow, which makes this a unanimous 115-112 or a 3-point decision. Actually, the fight was much closer than Ruben or I perhaps led you to believe, but I think it became evident as you watched these two that neither man was really posting an impressive margin over the other. Although Parker, by benefit of a point, did manage to get a unanimous decision from the judges, and Pee Wee is there with Ruben Castillo. Let's go to Ruben.
Thank you very much, Tom. Pee Wee, this the fight fans were showing some displeasure in the fight and in the decision, but you know, I think you guys worked hard, and it was just the styles. Don't you agree?
Yeah, and the guy was very hard to fight, and I was doing everything I could. I didn't feel the best. That I know I could look better and everything. I'm glad that they gave me the fight, and the guy is very good.
In the corner, Jesse Reed, of course, we all know how great a trainer and manager he is, was telling you, you think you've got this fight won, get out there, go take this fight, show us you're champion. Does that encourage you?
Yes, it does a lot, and I just didn't have what it took tonight. I think I could have looked 100% better, and I thank Jesse for everything that he's trying to do for me, and I promise to do better next time.
Well, I think the styles had a lot to do with it. We all know how good a fighter you are. You're a champion, and in the ring and out of the ring. Thank you, Pee Wee. Let's go back to Tom Kelly.
All right, thank you, Ruben, and our congratulations to Edward Pee Wee Parker. There's the man who wears the belt, the IBC Junior World Champion at 126 pounds. The Ring Girls are coming up next. We'll be right back.